Hello dear Bytecoin enthusiasts, welcome back to Bytecoin Guru. Happy day, I hope you're having an extraordinary one so far. Bytecoin Guru is here today to share his personal viewpoint and response to a question that was asked on Reddit not too long ago. The question was, how would you respond to someone who claims that Bytecoin is a scam? So I decided to answer, and before I knew it, my response got so long and lengthy that I decided that it was better off for me to dedicate a little bit more time to answering it and ultimately get to present this information to you guys. Now keep in mind, this is Bytecoin Guru's personal opinion. I encourage everyone to do their due diligence and to think for themselves. It is very important that you do not regurgitate anybody's opinion and you truly go with what your instinct says. Now this is what Bytecoin Guru's instinct said. So without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. It's an article in Steebit. You can look it up and I'll post up a link below for it. What exactly are you calling a scam? Are you calling the whole idea behind Bytecoin, the privacy aspect of it, are you calling that a scam? You might. There's a high chance you have already been unconsciously and ideologically steered away from privacy, thanks to the ever so growing desire and agenda of the elite to track your every move. We're so sold on the idea of staying connected that if you told someone to take out their GPS chip out of their phone, they would think that you're absolutely insane. Cryptocurrencies, or at least the majority of them, address centralization and try to combat it by having a decentralized system that eliminates a central point of power and control. Bytecoin was introduced to address a few issues that Bitcoin had back when it was first introduced. One of them is privacy. Bytecoin is the world's first private and untraceable cryptocurrency. Assuming each currency functions 100% as expected and advertised, then that means that Bytecoin is the true cryptocurrency representation of privacy, and therefore worth as a digital asset as much as privacy is worth to a user when it comes to finances and information. So is the idea behind Bytecoin a scam in this case? No. There is no way an aspect such as privacy can be a scam. It is simply naturally suppressed by the collective reality we currently subscribe to. It is an ideal that it is hard to reach, especially in the age of technology. There is, in Bytecoin Guru's opinion, an extremely high chance that once people start to value privacy, they will switch their focus to the privacy-based cryptos, at the forefront of which is the world's first private and untraceable cryptocurrency, Bytecoin. The possibility, which is present for any and all crypto assets, that the intent behind the code was malicious is probably the only thing that could pose a real threat. If the code was built in a way where a backdoor drains your digital assets straight out of your wallet without your permission, that would pose a real threat. Only a cryptographer or a developer would be able to notice such flaws, and he or she is encouraged to make the community aware should such a threat become evident. 2. Do you think the team is a scam? If you do, that is okay. You can think whatever you seem justifiable based on the factual evidence you have gathered. Do you think the team is a scam just because they chose to remain anonymous? Or do you think the team is a scam because they didn't meet your personal expectations? Both, again, are reasonable and valid arguments. This is when it is required for you, the one who thinks this project is a scam, to look at the situation from a couple of different viewpoints. First, look at it from the perspective of an inventor. If you created a breakthrough technology that provides freedom and privacy and reliability in an age of modern financial enslavement, surveillance, and outdated mediums of exchange, you would probably realize that your project might not be well viewed by the ones who, quote unquote, run things. If you're responsible for such a profound technology, anonymity might be an option some prefer to take advantage of. There are countless examples of inventors who came up with cure for diseases, amazing technologies, and even genuine information whistleblowers who have been suppressed throughout history. Suppressed with one intent only: to control and hinder our process of evolution. An anonymous team? I can justify such an approach. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think about the anonymity aspect of the team? Second, I want you guys to take a look at it from the perspective of a business owner or a developer. I'm sure you're aware that real life events might happen with a little bit of lag, as opposed to the instantaneous refresh button on your web browser. We need to remind ourselves that things take time. Improvements, developments, updates, everything. I cannot help but think of an interview with Elon Musk where he talks about the average time it would take for an outdated gasoline-ran truck to be moved from the street into a truck graveyard. It would take 36 calendar years of legal processes and paperwork. That is the average. Again, look at how long it took for the modern civilization to end up where it is at currently, and how long it took for it to get so bad or so good, depending on how you look at it. Instant gratification is affecting our realistic expectations for the new digital projects that are coming out. The team has continued to provide the user base with updates and improvements. So, as far as keeping the actual asset updated, the team seems to be on top of it. There have been allegations of fake personalities and inaccurate team member images. To be honest, such possibility of fake news is very questionable and very sketchy. But is it a deal breaker when it comes to the development in nature and the idea and technology behind the digital asset? Again, if you invented a technology that could break every current corrupt system, would you go public? What do you think? Again, I want to get you guys' opinion, and I want you to put yourself in other people's shoes rather than just your own. Number 3, do you think that the very BCN digital asset that is being bought or sold is scam? And if you did think so, what action or performance malfunction did you encounter to make you believe so? Bytecoin is a cryptocurrency and therefore a medium of exchange, a digital asset that could be used for transfer of value. That digital asset, BCN, has intrinsic value before it even goes into circulation. Bytecoin acquires its value because of the very idea and features behind it. Privacy. The desire for financial privacy gives the miner and or the Bytecoin user an incentive to mine for Bytecoin and use electrical resources to obtain it. Furthermore, value is added by Bytecoin's advanced crypto features. The speed, the instantaneous private transactions, the untraceability of the asset, the anonymity of all the parties involved, and the unlinkability, which is Bytecoin has extraordinary blockchain analysis resistance. So this is all in addition to a very important rule of economics: supply and demand. There is a finite amount of Bytecoin, 184,470,000,000 BCN. This is extremely important, for it ensures that there's no chance to cheat the system nor print more money for themselves. Ideally, one would prefer to have a reliable, suitable, and trustworthy medium of exchange, right? Well, let's take a look at the medium of exchange that is currently considered a global currency. The US dollar, aka Federal Reserve Note. For example, the global currency, the US dollar, is backed only by the word legal, since it ceased to be redeemable in gold back in 1933 during US President Roosevelt's term in office. By 1973, US dollars were backed by nothing, obtaining its value solely from the full faith and credit of the United States government. AKA, you gotta trust us. A piece of paper that someone could just print at the click of a button later on requires a human to work for hours to earn it. Yet, and by the way, all of these statistics that you're about to read are absolutely true and quoted in the bottom of the article. Yet 64% of the world still trusts the US dollar. It's 2,946% cumulative price change since the 1860s. In other words, $1 in 1860 is equivalent in purchasing power to $28.56 in 2015. Meaning, what you could have purchased with $1 back in the day, back in 1860, now requires you to purchase it with $28. Its declining purchasing power is negative 95% in the last 85 years. And even its country's $21 trillion deficit. So when you read this on every single Federal Reserve note, it says this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. So let's continue on. This will ring a bell later on. You can see that some of these numbers do not and should not match the current status of the US dollar. Yet, people continue using it on a daily basis, globally. When we compare the total amount of dollars that are out here to the Bytecoin max supply, it really paints a picture that not a lot of people consider when talking about circulating supply. Just take a look. Bytecoin's maximum supply that will ever exist in the history of Bytecoin is 184,470,000,000. Just the paper US dollars that you will find people in America handing off to one another is 1,690,000,000,000 pieces of paper. So the total number in US dollars in circulation is 1.69 trillion. And its total derivative contracts as of 2014 is 173 trillion. That's almost 1,000 times more than the circulating supply of Bytecoin. So when we're judging a digital asset, we need to compare apples to apples and look at the objective facts and statistics. Looking at the project objectively, does it have an equivalent in the market? Is there another crypto asset that addresses the same money ideals as Bytecoin? Also, why have you invested your time into Bytecoin? Obviously, it has taken some time out of your day to be upset and or disappointed about the progress and status of Bytecoin. Why? Have you invested your time or money into it? Have you spent a while doing research? Have you invested your money, which is literally time, into the project? And the market has caused you to withdraw at a lower price point ultimately losing money. A quick side note, actually 2 quick side notes. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. And the second one, you will never lose money unless you sell your assets for a lower price than what you originally bought them for. Or maybe you're just truly disappointed to see such an ambitious project struggle to reach its full deserved public recognition. Because honestly, I am. I mourn the death of common sense in our society on a daily basis. But patience takes time, and price does not determine value. Neither do the opinions of a couple of individuals who got swallowed by the volatile market. If you believe in the idea behind the world's first private and untraceable cryptocurrency, and you're aware of the technology behind it as well as the global aspects and affairs that affect the use of money, you will have a different perspective on the particular digital asset, as well as the good during all of its price movements. Below, my dear friends, I've listed all of the websites and links that I have visited to quote you guys all of these statistics. It is something that is definitely worth looking into, or at least doing more research about. Because a price of a digital asset, especially in my opinion a controversial digital asset such as Bytecoin, like we talked about, one that can ruin multiple corrupt systems, there's a lot of things to consider when you're judging it. When you're forming an opinion, you need to take a look at all of the factors that might come into play when it comes to its current price. So this is Bytecoin Guru's 2 cents on people claiming that Bytecoin is a scam. Bytecoin can absolutely be a scam. Bytecoin can absolutely be the next true global cryptocurrency that will surpass Bitcoin. You never know. Or maybe you do, if you do your proper research and you think for yourself. I want to see what you guys think. I definitely want this to be a conversation starter, because I want to see where people stand at as far as thinking for themselves and not necessarily focusing on the things that are not truly the things that we should be focusing on. But yes, my dear friends, much love to all. Bytecoin Guru signing out, and I definitely want to get you guys' opinions, so please comment, share, and spread knowledge, because ultimately, my dear friends, knowledge is power. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.